Thank you for joining us here for this oral history project. If you could just say your name, introduce yourself.
My name is Dr. Osman Ahmed, Harare. My nickname is bigger than my official name, therefore commonly they call me Osman Harare.
Wonderful.
And my name is Fatma Mohammed.
And Fatman will be helping us with translation today. My name is Katie Clark. I'm an assistant professor of nursing here at Augsburg University, and I just have to make sure you consent to be interviewed and then having the recorded interview stored here at Augsburg University, which will be made available to the public.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, so can you just tell me a little bit about where you were born and what year you were born in?
I born 1943 in Beledweyne. This is central Somalia. Small city, not small city, but a big city in Somalia. One of the big famous region of the Somalia. And it is located in central Somalia, and the one of the rivers of the Somalia passed there. Therefore, I born there and I grew there and I study and I finished elementary school and Quran school there.
Wow. So can you describe a little bit about your family to me?
Oh, my family. I lost my father when I was less than 4 years, but my mother and my brothers helped me to grow up. I had 6 brothers and sisters, 4 brothers and 2 sisters, and my mother. I was the younger one, and I grew. The life was difficulty, but the life of that time is better than right now, and everything was very, very cheap, and life was very, very supportive. Therefore, I studied there. I started to study Quran, school for Quran. I finished Quran all there, and after that I go to the regular school. The school that time was administrated by Italian government, and therefore I learned all the from elementary to high school in Italian language.
In what language?
Huh?
Italian? Oh, Italian.
Italian language, yeah. Therefore, after I finish high school, I get a scholarship from government of Somalia through donated from Russian, Soviet Union, not Russian but Soviet Union that time, and I was there in Russia, in Moscow and Kiev about 7 years and a half. I finished there medical school in 1969.
Wow. And what led you to want to be a medical doctor?
Huh?
Why did you want to be a medical doctor?
Oh yeah, when I studied in the elementary school, I saw a lot of children who have suffered absolutely in different diseases, especially infection disease, parasitis diseases, and I think so. Maybe I can help these people, and I decided what profession I will be to. Maybe I go to the medical school, and I selected that time to become pediatrician. Therefore, in Russian, when I finished medical school and I specialize in pediatrician, and I come back to the Somalia to help Somalia children, and I worked there 10 years in Somalia, different area, different position. And after 10 years, I was back to the Italy for 3 years for specialization of the tropical infection disease. And again, I go back to the Somalia, and I worked there until Civil War.
Wow. Now, going back, do you mind telling me what happened to your father?
You know, he died for natural...
From natural causes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How about, what was medical school like for you? Were most of the other students Russian, or were most students from all around the world?
Look, when I was in Russia, this is the first time I go out into Somalia, and I was young, almost 90 years. And the first difficulty I encountered was the Russian language is a little bit different from Latin language, especially some words. For example, the word of the H in Italian and in English too, and the word of the R and the word of the N, they are different in Italian, in Russian language. For example, the R in Russian is P. The letter P
Looks like the R.
in Russian is R. And the H in Russian is N. The P, like boy, in Russian is V. It was very, very difficult to adapt. I studied 12 years Italian language in this word. Now, how I can change in the mind was very, very difficult to first time. But the Russian language is better than English about reading because you write what you listen. Like Italian language, like Arabic language. Only English language is difficult because sometimes you say one word and you write something else. Mm-hmm. But in Italian, Arabic, and Russian, you write what you listen. Absolutely, they have all vocabulary. You can sell it, but the Russian language is very, very difficult. Somehow they have this change of the word, and they have new words. I never see them. It was very, very difficult. The faculty. In my faculty, I was pediatrician, and the faculty was 120 people. Only I was foreigners.
You were what?
The foreign student.
He was the only foreign student.
Only foreign student?
Yeah, I was only there. And almost the 95% was girl.
Wow. Yeah. So how did you get connected with medical school in Russia?
120 people, they divided to alif classes. Okay. Every class group was 10 people. And my group was 3 boy and 7 girl. But the whole faculty was 120 people. That really was very, very good people, and then I don't have any complaint, any problem, absolutely. They helped me sometimes to study out or to understand something, and especially the first 2 years. And after that, I adapted and I learned the Russian language very well, and I finished. But all the 6 year of the faculty medical school, there is medical school is 6 years, and 1.5 years I spent to learn a language.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did your family have a lot of money that you were able to do that, or is that something that was kind of common for people to go?
The government pay.
The government pay.
We don't spend even $1 there.
Wow.
All my study, I don't spend even $1. This is scholarship. They paid us every month $100 there to live, and was enough, absolutely.
It's so cool that they actually get scholarships to go study abroad, and this is through the government relationship between the two countries, and on top of that they get paid.
Wow.
Therefore, I never spent my study in Russia, in Italy, even $1. That's why I am putting all my effort to help my community.
Wonderful.
Because I learned in the name of the Somali community what I am, absolutely.
So can you tell me more about your wife, or if you were married, or your family, your immediate family, your children?
I married only one wife, and we married already 47 years. We have only 7 children. Really, My wife and I, we meet when I was in the high school in Somalia before I go to the mosque university. And she waited almost 7 years. And when I come back, we marry. Yeah. I had that 7 children, and still we live together. And she finished to high school, and she was a master school there in Somalia, and she speaks Arabic very well and Italian too. And we live now still together. We have 7 children, and now we have 4 grandchildren. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, can you tell me more about what the medical practice was like in Somalia?
Oh, look, the difference is medical health system in Somalia and United States is completely different. In Somalia, the health is free. Completely is free. The people go there and they don't pay nothing, no need any insurance, no need any primary care, no need any appointment. Everybody, when have some problem, go to the hospital. For delivery, for surgery, for outpatient, all this was free. The best thing in Somalia was the health and education was free. The hospital, they are known as sophisticated, especially the rural area and the small district. But in the capital of Mogadishu was a very, very good hospital, and we had non-MMR or T-scan. We not had that absolutely, but other thing we had. Was very nice, and the practical was you go to the morning to the clinic and sit there, and the people they take lumber and they in the queue, and we see every day 30 people, 35 people absolutely until and these people they get visit and they get medicine and they go back.
What was their primary health concerns typically?
Huh?
What were their usual health concerns?
Oh yeah, in Somalia really the health concern is more about infectious diseases, gastroenteritis, especially for children, bronchitis, parasitis, and sometimes we have outbreak of the cholera, typhoid. Sometimes we had especially we had smallpox that time, and you know the Somali was last person in the world who had smallpox was in Somalia, 1977. Therefore, we eradicated that, and we did 3 years of campaign to eradicate smallpox. And the health system was very good, but were very difficult, and we don't cover. And we beginning when we come back from Russia, and the medical doctor, Somali medical doctor, was almost about 40 people only who come different country. If everybody has his system, a different system from other, but we get a common language and we help it, the Somalia. But system was very, very good, and the people will appreciate our difficulty. Although, when I come back and started to work, I was 1 year in Mogadishu. After that, they transferred me from Mogadishu to Palatwain, when I born.
Your home country.
Yeah.
Home state.
My own place when I born. And I worked there 2 years and a half in Palatwain as a medical doctor.
Wow.
And everybody know me there because so I studied here and I born here. And I was very, very happy to help. And I did very good job there really. I developed the hospital, I created new hospital, I created new TP hospital in Palatwain who was not been there before me. I get some system because I had a car accident there, a lot of car accident in Somalia, in Beledweyne area, because the people go 6 o'clock afternoon from Mogadishu, and they drive all night. And when they go near near Beledweyne, always they have some accident. I remember in 1 week I had 3 car accident, almost 40 people dead. And after that, I go to the government area, and I said, no, look, I must stop this thing, because all my hospital is full of the broken people. And I created some law to stop midnight all the car before they come in this the accident area between Beledweyne and Puloporti was some Garasiani. I stopped the car all midnight, no car passed there. They stop there. And they tell, sleep here, you go morning from here. And was absolutely reduced the accident very, very well. Yeah.
And you also did some political work around neonatal tetanitis, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, this neonatal, this was when I worked in Mogadishu. When I come from Beledweyne, they transferred again to Mogadishu, and they put me in the head of the infection disease hospital. And that was very, very difficult, because every day they bring me child 6 days or 7 days with neonatal tetanus. I was very sad, because you're not conceive, because the tetanus is very, very lethal one, very, very lethal disease. And this happened why? Because all children who born out of the hospital, the delivery from traditional bed attendant, this is a traditional midwife who work in the area, and they use only one knife. They have that knife, and everybody use for that.
To cut things?
Yeah. And everybody get that knife, that tetanus. And I remember one lady, she got 3 consecutive years, child who died for tetanus.
Oh my God.
After that, I started really to do something, because I not can live with this disaster. What I did, I collected 85 midwives from all Mogadishu, and I asked UNICEF to help me to pay this midwife for 2 months, and I trained them septic, antiseptic, how to avoid, and I ordered through UNICEF midwife kit. They bring midwife kit, very good midwife kit, and I get this for 2 months, and I teach how to prevent infection diseases like tetanus and every other thing, and I teach them which pregnant women they can help. I tell them the sign of the people who have anemia, the people who have some complication, and I ask them every pregnant woman must get vaccine for tetanus. They take my wife, the pregnant woman, to the MCH, the maternal health child, and take vaccination. And really, although still existed the tetanus after that, but I reduced it almost 60%. Really, very, very well. Yeah, yeah, very good one, and that's very, very successful project. Absolutely.
So, what were some of like the healing methods or that people use in the community? Like I know about black seed that's used here, but can you tell me more? What did some of the
Look, this is traditional medicine and traditional practice in Somalia is very common, and really was very, very difficult to adapt. For example, when I was In Somalia, I have deal with this traditional practitioner because especially the children, when they have gastroenteritis and they vomiting or have diarrhea, before they bring to the hospital, they take this child to the traditional person. And what he do, he take out tooth here, they call elko. This is non-tooth, but the corn, the radish, the future coming tooth, they take out. Or what they do, they cut here, on the umbilical area, and they said he got this child evil eye, and they take something put there and say that they get evil eye for milk. I put milk from there.
So you're saying they would do that to the child? They'd take some skin off from his abdomen?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that what
yeah,
you're saying?
yeah.
They basically cut it.
Yes, they
Cut it.
Yeah, they cut it.
Okay.
Yeah, they cut it, and or they take this one.
Or they take the incisors? Is
yeah,
that the
incisors,
Yeah, the
before-
Or the bottom ones?
Yeah, this one.
The incisors.
Yeah,
And
incisors.
basically
Yeah.
what they're saying is like because the child, those are the future, the new, brand new teeth that are supposed to come out.
Yeah.
Before they come out, that's what's making the child sick.
Yeah.
And so they
Yeah,
used
and
to
they
get
took
it
out
out.
that thing. They said this. They don't say this is tooth. They said this is something bad thing.
like a gin?
Yeah. After that, I saw.
He said evil
but
eye.
Child who have gastroenteritis almost dehydrated, and they keep there almost 4 hours, 6 hours there, and after that they bring to me to the clinic, or the other doctor is already very late sometime. And I did too. I deal with that traditional thing. I said, look, please, you don't treat child. Take first to the clinic. After clinic, you do what you want. But because I say that, I mean to say for dehydration. The child, when they are vomiting or they have diarrhea, they lose everything they have in body, and they'll come very dehydrated, and sometimes the children died for that dehydration.
For that what?
Yeah,
Dehydration.
dehydration. Yeah,
Wow.
and was difficulty to deal because the other thing, this community they believe that person than you. This, if you deal with that, nobody come to you, and they lost the children or the elder people and everything because they saw these people long time traditional one, and you had come from outside. I am doctor. Nobody know you. Therefore, you must deal with that and correct that people. Therefore, I am corrected the traditional midwife, traditional these people, and I always was in the community rally to helping. Please, let's go together. Let's work together, absolutely. But you don't do something dangerous to the life of the child, you not can do nothing there for dehydration. You not can do nothing for pneumonia or severe dysentery. You not keep the child with you, please. Send to the hospital. After that, you can do one thing, something. Yeah.
So, can you tell me more about the use of black seed?
The black seed is traditional. This is non-Somali one. This is all the Muslim country use. And this black seed, what they are doing, this help. And the power of the black seed is only support the immune system of the body. Therefore, they call this black seed treat every disease. You know, but this only the black seed support the immunity of the body.
So, switching gears a little bit, can you tell me a little bit about when you were the director of public health in Somalia? what did your daily work life look like, and what kind of challenges did you encounter?
When I was director of the community health department,
Mm-hmm.
I was director of community health department or minister of health, this national level, from 1981 until 1990, before the Civil War. Almost 10 years I was there. And under my department was different section of the health. For example, maternal child health, MCH we call, was diarrhea disease section, was immunization, was primary health care, was health education, was malaria. All this was my department. And for example, Ashley, she worked with me 10 years and she was head of the maternal child health. Really was very, very difficult job because to implement immunization, you must have the cold chain system. The cold chain system where you keep the vaccine. The vaccine must be always in the cold area. And I created a very, very good cold chain system in the Mogadishu and was the best in the East Africa cold chain system. And because I created very, very big building, and I asked some support from UNW, and they building almost, they spent $120,000 to build that, and they bring all cold chain, everything, generators, and was very, very good. But the other difficulty was some district they don't have electricity at all, and their children you must vaccinate. And was my big difficulty too. But I asked WHO to bring solar freezers to work with non-electricity but solar one. And I put almost 50 districts that system too in Somalia. And the other part of the were not in the rural area. We use it to vaccinate children using call box and go there to vaccinate the children. Was very, very difficult, but really was very, very good system. My staff was almost 360 people, all in Somalia. But I manage. Sometimes I go to travel for 1-2 weeks outside of this Mogadishu to see what they are doing there. Almost I build all the region of the Somalia. Only 3 regions I know been there yet. And my planning was to see that 3 region in 1991, but the Civil War come out. But the rest I've been there, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm learning a lot.
Good. So, can you tell me more about the Civil War?
The Civil War was a disaster one. Very, very disaster one. Still I don't believe why we had Civil War. Still I don't believe really.
Well, what was the conditions that made you want to leave versus stay?
Look, when they broke out the Civil War, I know live Mogadishu about 1 year because I don't believe what's going there. Absolutely, I stayed in Mogadishu all 1991. I was in Mogadishu. After that, I see this not finish, and I moved from Mogadishu to the Kismayo, and was there 8 months again. Still the Civil War. And after 1 year and 8 months in Somalia, the Civil War, I decided to leave. Why I decided to leave? Because I created, when I was in Kismaya, I saw thousands and thousands children with malnutrition, with kwashiorkor, marasma, several diseases, and I asked UNICEF to do some feeding center there. Really, I opened feeding center, and one central one very very big was for 1,000 children to feed. The UNICEF helped really. They did good job. They destroyed it, building the renovation. They did a world for water and everything. And when we set up and we need open that morning, 5 youth come night time and took over that center with gun. When I come morning, I see the children out, and these 5 people they inside. I said, "What happened?" They said, "This we liberated this area." What do you mean liberated? From where you come? No. I said, "Please, I need help. These children, and we feed here, and everything is here. Why you take this dude?" They tell me. I remember it still. They tell me, "Oh, you pay, you buy this center, or you tell rent from this center." And I said, "How I can buy you this center? This is a government center, UNICEF built. How are you going to buy from you? Or how you can rent?" Even I offered them, we take you as a working people to support us, to defend the security, and we pay every month something. But buy from you this center or rent from you this center, this is impossible. They said, "Go out." And I tell, "Please, you look, these children, they are dying for malnutrition. They are dying to disease. Please help me." When he took his gun, he said, "This, you see, these children, I see these non-children, I see this like ayayan, what they ayayan?
Animals?
Ayayan.
Like ants.
Ant, yeah, like the ant, non-children." And he opened his
The gun.
gun over these children. Pa, 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 pa. And they ran out. That day I decided to leave Somalia, really. I remember it. That day I listened. After 1 week I left. That's very, very sad story. Very, very sad.
So when you say you left, what did you have a car that you went in, or were there like vans bringing people to Kenya, or how did that work?
No, I left by air. Some air coming every day there to bring chat. And one day I go to the airport to help other people, and I go by air to the Nairobi. And I've been in Nairobi almost 25 days. After that, I got some job from other non-profit organization from Saudi Arabia, who helping the refugee in Madeira, Kenya. And I was there, Kenya, Madeira, almost 2.5 years, working with refugee there, and they paid me very well, $800 plus residency and food and everything. And I take my children different areas. Some they've been in the Tanzania, some was in Mogadishu yet. And I collect all my children in Mogadishu and in Nairobi, and we live until 1995.
So when you lived in the refugee camp and you were working there, what did it look like as far as, was there like buildings that had apartments, or were they actual tents? Like what did it look like where you lived?
Non tents or non building, this only the push. You know the push?
Like huts.
The need of the shibra, what's called bhala?
Nest.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the so it's a hut.
The hut like
So
that.
markaa la isid
Yeah,
geedka
guryaha buulasha
bulusaman oo
yeah.
xarkiga lagu sameeyo
guryaha xunka
oo geedaha lagu sameeyo
geedaha laga
cawska.
soo sameeyaa
Yeah, hut.
buulasha aha
Yeah.
very not good condition, no water, no nothing. The children died there with
This is in Mandera, right?
in
Sorry to
Mandera
cut you off.
refugee camp. When I was there, when I started there, I see the children dead every day for measles, malnutrition. And really, I did very good job too there, and asked the Arabic people, the Saudi one, to bring me milk, sugar, and oil. And I created what we call a high energy milk. I mixed sugar, milk, and oil. This is very good word for malnutrition children. This is very high energy milk. Another thing, I created some mixed, I call Unimix, and this I mixed maize, corn, beans, sugar, and oil. And they did they cook as a borscht, like that borscht. And this is a very good nutrition thing too. And really, then after that, the other Belgium people come, they become other organization, and was they did some water there, and was a little bit very good. But from beginning was very disaster one.
And these were the people who were coming from Somalia, the refugees?
Huh?
Refugees?
Refugee come from Somalia, all the refugee. Almost there was there 50,000 people.
So did you have access to medications and such to give people when you were there?
Yeah, the medication we had, they bring from Saudi Arabia, and the Belgium organization volunteer, they come, they bring medicine, and we had very good medicine too, and every flu we need for dehydration.
So how did you end up in Minnesota?
When they closed that refugee camp in 1994, I come back to the Nairobi, and I decided to move to Ethiopia because they said non-refugee more in Kenya, and the UN, they said if someone go back to the Somalia, we pay the ticket. And to them, or to other, what do you want? But non-refugee more in Kenya. In 1995, I left March to the Ethiopia. I tell them I go to the Somalia, and I selected Borama. Borama is very far part of the Somalia over Hargeisa, the near of the Ethiopia border. And I said, I want there. I've been there for walking, and I know the area, but my aim was not there. My aim was to the Ethiopia. And they took me, all my family, by air to Berbera. And from Berbera, they took us car to the Borama, and they give me, each person they give $30. Almost was 8 people for $30, and they said, "Bye, you are in Somalia." The next day, I take my children and go to Ethiopia. I was Jigjiga. I see Jigjiga very hard, very not. I left again to the Dir Dawa, and I was there Dir Dawa 10 days. After 10 days, I left again from Dir Dawa to the Addis Ababa. I was in Addis Ababa. But I go to the Minister of Health to Ethiopia. He said, I am medical doctor in Somalia, and I come here and I want to work. They was very good people, and they said me, "Oh, you are a diploma, medical doctor like that?" I said, "Yes." And I showed them my diploma, and they took my document to the board of the medical doctors, After 1 month, they give me back and they said, they give me the license to work in Ethiopia, where I want. And they tell me, if you want work to the Minister of Health, take this phone and fill. Or if you want open you are private, you are free. Still, I have that license. I said, okay, thank you. Therefore, one day I left I go back to the Jigjiga to do some documentation. And one night I was in a hotel and I must go early morning, about 5 o'clock, by bus from Jigjiga to the Addis Ababa. And midnight I'd come out to the toilet. The toilet is every room don't have toilet. Toilet, the restroom is out. And when I come out from that room, some sick person come out from other room with knife. This is a very, very common story. I said, that's what Somali one. When I ran to the restroom, I go in and I close the door. I sit there almost a half hour. The other people come out and they took their person. Was one Somali who have some mental problem, and they put again his room. I stayed there about half hour more. After that, again I come there, and the door is when you open this makes room, and again this man come out. It's funny story. Again I said my room, and I go in and I close, and he read Quran, he everything. Mamma mia, what's going this? Almost 3 o'clock, and I must left 5 o'clock. I sit there. After that, after 1 hour, I sleep. And I oversleep, and I wake up 8 o'clock. The bus already ran. The bus left there. But after that, I said, okay, I go tomorrow, and I go to the city center for breakfast. After that, I hear a Somali American lady who are in charge of the refugee is coming today for sponsorship. Who have sponsorship, she will be see, and she can help. And she has 3 o'clock meeting there, UN building there out of the city. And I had sponsorship from my sister, who was in Atlanta at that time, the brother sponsorship. I have in my purse. I come back to the hotel and I look, I come out. That I said, okay, maybe I go there. And I go there, 3 o'clock. I showed them my sponsorship, and I said, this I get when I was in Nairobi, sponsorship, but still they not started to process, and I come back and now I come transfer to Ethiopia to here, and I have this one. And she asked me, okay. She did photocopy, and she said, I go back to the Nairobi. If the file you are in with your sister name, this will be okay. Otherwise, I not can do help. I said, okay. And she distributed me the form to fill, and she tell me, come May 10 here. She asked me, where you are children? I said, in Addis Ababa. And she tell me, you can bring here? I said, yes. And she tell me, bring 10 May here for interview. If everything is okay when I go back there. I take that form, I fill that form, and I come back to the Addis Ababa. I take all my children to the Jigjiga, then interview. What did I feel there? I put the application, all my history. I finished medical school in Russia and everything. What was funny, the person who interviewed me was Russian American. And when he see medical doctor in Kiev, he said, "You speak Russian?" He said, "Yes. We already changed the English language to Russian." That's okay. He helped absolutely take the process, and he tell me, "Come May 20 back here for last interview." That was preliminary interview, and he put very, very good report on me. But I know go back to the Addis Ababa. I stayed there. And 20 May I been there, the interview. The other person did everything, and the report who write that person. And he asked me 2 questions only. Because in the Mogadishu, I have injury here. Some bullet come through my throat, yeah, and hit me here.
In your left
this
thigh?
Side, yeah, this left side. And he asked me, where you hit the bullet? I said, here. Because I written there. And other thing, why you left Mogadishu? He said, like that, everything is written the problem was very susceptible. That's good. And said, come 27 for result. In May. All was in May. 10 May, 20 May, 27. I come back to May and they give me, they said, go Addis Ababa for health screening and you go to the America. Wow. I go back to the Addis Ababa. I go that's May. In August we did health screening everything. In September I come to the Atlanta. I know planning to come United States absolutely when I left from Nairobi from Kenya to Addis Ababa. I moved from Nairobi to Addis Ababa to work there.
So can you tell me, when you got shot, was that during the Civil War? You were just in the wrong...
Yeah, during Civil War, was Mogadishu everywhere is followed, everywhere, day and night, absolutely. And one morning I come out, and my wife brings Angela to breakfast. Look, I was sitting on the table. I took the Angela like that, and bullet come from there, hit where I take my head. After that, hit here, and after that, hit my shoes. That's it was not broken, but take some part of the meat here, muscle. Was very, very difficult. I took some treatment. No, you don't go nowhere. It is Civil War everywhere. But I keep in my home the first aid I needed absolutely. And I take something and put something, and almost 2 weeks I not can walk because it was swelling. But not broken any bone, absolutely.
So can you tell me, how did you end up in Minneapolis coming from Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta, I was 1 year. The climate is very good there, very hot, almost a year, very nice. But one of my son who come before me here, he was living here. He said, "Papa, it's very good here, and the system is better than Atlanta." Because in Atlanta, when we was almost 5 months, they cut health insurance. Said, "You must work, and the wife must work." Mama mia, what are you talking about? How we can work? Where work? And I said, they cut health insurance. And my son sent me, please, you come here because the people, the health the administration and that administration are different. These people, they are helping the people and they don't cut any insurance and nothing. And after 1 year, I transferred from Atlanta to here. I come Minnesota. I was in Eagan, living in Eagan. I come Atlanta 1996 and I come Minnesota 1997. September. And when I was in Minnesota, they give me as health insurance. They give me some cash, but they tell me you must find work. And I said I'm okay. If you get health insurance and assistant, I can find work. And they help me to find work. And one day, they take me to the factory of the who do medicine. And then when I go there, Mamma mia, they tell me, they put me the machine, which they cover the bottle of the syrup. You cover some plastic. Every 2 olive bottle, you cover some plastic for transportation, for technician and that. And all day I walk there. Mamma mia, I never did that job. And I worked there 2 days only. I am quit. And I told them I quit, and they said, no, you no must quit, you must walk. Otherwise, if you don't work, we cut this assistant. I said, Mamma mia, what I can do. The other thing was, I read the journal and I saw UPS, you know UPS?
Yep.
I get some part-time job from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 4 hours. They pay $8 per hour. I said, okay, this is very good. From 10 to 2 o'clock, 4 hours. And when I live in the center of the UPS in Eagan is not far from there. I said, very good. And they give me 1 week and a half trainer, how you walk, everything, and they put here some computer, and you must scan every mile where to go, and everything you put here. When we finished, I said, okay, 1 week and a half they paid me, very nice, but I don't know what's coming out. Huh? When I finished the trainer, they take me someplace. You know this trailer, big trailer, and the trailer come empty trailer there, and some and some machine bring the package. You must take everything and put in the trailer. This is very, very long. But you not can take unto the you must take scan, put there. Yeah? And when you are doing this, the machine is running, and everything they come in one after one, and they block, and the machine makes signal. You remember? Well, I remember this was very, very cold year that year.
Cold?
Yeah, in Minnesota. Was almost 25 minus grade. And you put the sweet. Yeah.
Sweating?
Yeah, sweating. And I lost my eyeglasses there, and I remember even. I put everything, and I saw glass, nothing. Where? I go back there. You walk 4 hours, I go home. Even you not can sit. Very, very. You come like this table. When I was 2 weeks, I said, no, there's no way. There's no way.
He's so used to professional.
There's no way. And what I do, I said, if I quit, they cut health insurance, everything. But what I can do? I said, okay. But they fire me I know I'm quit, but they fired me because I did some regulation. If you fire, you have chance. But if you quit, you not have chance. And one day I put, without scanning, 3 package in the area, and someone come from central office. They see what you are doing. They are nobody with you, only you, Terrell and machine, but they see everything you are doing. And someone come here, said, you did in 5 minutes 5 wrong thing. If you do other time, we fire you. And I said, thank you.
You just wanted to be fired.
Okay. And there was one supervisor there, and he tell the supervisor, look, please, what they are doing, these people. I said, okay. That night, I finished. The second night, I come back. That supervisor, he failed his job, because if I do something and she don't hire me, they fire her. But I see she put something in the machine is coming, and I looking, but I not sure I see her. And I put that thing, put there, and she called me, come here, you are fired, she told me. And I said, thank you so much. I tell him, thank you so much. And I go home, and I call the next morning to the welfare people. I said, I lost my job. They said, why? They fire me. Why you fire me? I not cut system without knowledge. It's okay, we find other job. That I get other job from airport, rent. You know, this is a very good job. You take this car there, and you take other car there. Wow, different cars, different model. And I worked 4 months there, rent car. After that, I distributed my resume to the Department of Health and the Honeybee and everything. And Department of Health helping me to distribute my car. And one day they called me from Honeybee Medical Center. They come here for an interview. And this one was there. They interview me. They give me a job. This is Somali patient advocate. I left my job of the rent car 16 July, and I started 17 July to the Honeybee Medical Center. Only the second day. I said, good job. And I worked there 11 years. I retired in 2008.
So what did a typical day look like when you were working at HC? What was a typical day like for you there, and what were some of the barriers patients were having?
Look, because they hear me, because they have very, very, very difficulty, because the system in Somalia and here was different. The people, they don't understand what is medical insurance. They don't understand what's primary health care. They don't understand what's appointment. And they make appointment 10 people, nobody come that day, and they come second day. People have some insurance, and this hospital don't accept that insurance, and the person complain why they don't accept my insurance. And was that difficulty, because the lot was known lot of Somali, and this from beginning the Somali in Minnesota, and they have very difficulty. Therefore, I did to navigate the health system, to help the Somali to navigate the health system in Somalia, to explain the difference of insurance, they explain the primary health care, they explain the appointment, and I called the day before the appointment to people to remember them. I created in Untitled Medical Center. I tell, look, we Somali, we not have this primary health care. You get a lot of people in the emergency. Therefore, you must create walk-in clinic. And they created in medicine clinic, walking clinic, where I worked almost all day. And the people come when they have some problem there, instead of the emergency. And really what I helped, they were very good people, and they like it. When I retired, they said, why you go, why you retire, why you said, now the Somali, 11 years, they learn English, we had a lot of interpreters left there. I not can work every morning here. I have retired, but it was a very good job. But most of them I navigate. I take some time with the doctors to explain the community, that how we think Somali, absolutely. The medical doctor there, what the difference is this, why, how you reach, how you can talk with the person when you have an appointment with the person. Because the Somali communities, they are very nice people, but they must trust you. If you want, they take you as advice. If they don't trust you, they never take you as advice. Therefore, you must earn their trust. And I teach some language, Dr. said, when the people come, he said, so do, fariso. And when in these two words, they help you, the person trusts you. Really was very nice.
So why did you, tell me more about the East Africa Health Project. Why did you start that, and what are your hopes for the work there?
Yeah, in 2004, I started this East African Health Project to help the community, because I saw to do some education, only non-work in any medical center, but do some education to the community, to talk about, do some seminars, to do through media, absolutely. And for that, I created this the non-profit organization. And the doctor, my friend, Dr. Price, who helped me, we worked together, and we decided to do this, to do more education to the community.
So, and then you also have created the Health Commons in the Cedar Riverside neighborhood too. That's partnership with Augsburg University and the University of Minnesota Health. So, and that was starting in 2009. So, what is a Health Commons, and why did you think this work was needed?
Look, the Health Commons is a very, very good system. This, I think, the bridge between community and the health facility. This is a bridge, really, because we are doing a lot of activity which the community need and which the community don't get from the clinic. For example, the education one-on-one, they don't get the community from primary health care, but they don't have time. They review the medicine they don't get from the clinic, but they get from Health Common. The advice or what we are doing and how we educate the community, they don't get primary care. The doctors, they have very, very limited time to see the patient, and they don't explain everything. A lot of people, they get a lot of medicine which they don't see, even nobody show them that medicine. And when they bring home and they open, they see a lot of different medicine, but they don't understand which for what. Mm-hmm. And therefore, we advise, tell them to bring and review the medicine and explain and everything. We do some activity of like yoga or exercises or massage. On this, I think the Health Common is very, very good thing, and I like it to open different area in the Minnesota really, because this the way we can break the health disparity. Because like this Health Common, And this can help community to understand, because we explain the system, we explain the insurance, we explain the bill of right of the patient, and we educate the community to exist, to do very, very good thing for themselves, absolutely.
So what was the community's response to the Health Commons?
Yeah, really, the community respond and they appreciate, absolutely. They appreciate. They come in there, and every day we see people, different people, and the community, they appreciate, absolutely. They'll come in.
So what type of health-related concerns do people come in with the most? So you mentioned medication review and needing primary care. So what are the most common questions that people typically have when they come to visit with you at the Health Commons?
No. They come, for example, the problem, they come for a review of the medicine. They come for a questionnaire of the what they go. So look, the Somali, when they come to the doctors, maybe they have different problem, but the doctor deal with only problem. And they come back very, very happy from clinic because the doctor not ask them other things they have. And when they come ask, they say, I've been the doctor and I have 3 problem, but he's telling me only this problem and I have this thing. And we explain why the doctor do that, and we explain why you must tell the doctor the main complaint of you have, not everything you have. Nobody can resolve one day what all you have. And this is education to the community, how to deal with the clinic or primary care. And the other thing, they don't understand. For example, someone have the diabetic or blood pressure, they get prescription of medicine, but they don't understand they must take this medicine forever. Mm-hmm. They think this like antibiotic. When they take 1 month, 2 months, they stop. And this is a very, very dangerous one. And we explain they must take this medicine forever, absolutely. And if they have some problem, you go back to the doctor. Some other people take medicine from doctor, but no people who have any knowledge of the health tell them this medicine is very not good or no thing, and they throw the medicine. They don't take the medicine, and they don't go back to the doctors. Therefore, this is a very, very good health common to educate the community and explain the future of their life and tell them they are responsible to their life, absolutely. Yeah.
And I know you mentioned that doctors here need to build trust with their patients, but what other recommendations might you have for healthcare providers when they're working with Somali patients to be culturally sensitive?
Yeah, I think the providers must understand the culture of the person they visit. They must understand his tradition. They must understand his religion, what he believes, what he think. And it's better if they talk 1 or 2 words of their language. For example, one day I take my wife to the eye clinic, and that doctor our doctor who did surgery both us cataract was not there that time. We was emergency surgery, and was other doctor. But other doctor was very good, a very, very clever one, and he learned some Somali language and said, kor fiiri, bidix fiiri, hoos fiiri, look up, left, right in Somali. And when we come out from there, my wife said, this doctor is very good doctor. And I tell her, why you say that? This is the first time you see. She said, he speaks Somali. Therefore, it's very good providers to learn some language, Somali, Spanish, whatever. This is better for them to get the trust of the patient.
So can you explain to me a little bit about access to food in the neighborhood? I know that there's some differences in traditional food that people eat in Somalia versus here. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Look, the Somalia, we eat only 3 times a day, morning, lunch, and dinner. And we eat not too much food and healthy food, really. Our food was completely natural one. The meat, slaughtered this morning. The milk come from animals who are not in corporation. They are completely from life out. Therefore, and the big thing was, the Somali was, everybody work minimum 8 hours daily for work or for do activity or home, whatever. Therefore, whatever we eat in Somalia, we consume because for that activity or that work or that life. But when we come here, we eat a lot of food, very, very fat food, a lot of sedentary life, the non-work, the people talk by phone or by car, the people eating and sitting long than in Somalia. Therefore, we starting now to have some people who are already obese. We see people who have more diabetic or blood pressure, and this is our big problem now. We are getting Somali to come in obese or diabetic or blood pressure or cholesterol because of the lot of food and less of activity.
What role does faith and religion have in people's health practices, would you say?
No, the Somalians, they are Muslim really, and they believe their religion and they practice really. In Minnesota, when I come, was only one small mosque, Ren mosque, but today we have almost more of 30 mosque. Most of them, they are already they own from community. They practice and they believe really, and they enjoy really absolutely. Now, Minnesota, one of the popular Somali community here in the United States, and the people they are doing very well absolutely. Yeah.
Is there any proverbs that really guide your practice, your health practice for yourself? Are there any favorite proverbs that you have that you use when you're feeling like you're having burnout or anything like that? Is there any proverbs you turn to typically, or?
I don't get it.
Is there a proverb that you like the most from the Quran to reflect on when you're thinking about health?
Yeah. Really, look, the Quran helps to healing. Really, if you believe, and most of the lot of the Quran they are talking about health. Most of you can find lot of the surah or ayah who talk about health or prevention and everything, and the Quran recommended to do a very, very good thing for health, absolutely. Even for eating, the Quran said you divide your stomach 3 parts, one for food, one for water, and one for air. And that's to prevent the obesity and absolute overeating. And the Quran tell to exercise. And even the praying 5 times is very, very good for health, because 5 times you do exercise, 5 times you clean yourself, and 5 times you are praying and you are before the God. Therefore, the Quran is very, very good and healing and very healthy. If the people observe the Quran and the advice of the Quran, they get very, very good job, a good life, absolutely.
and I know you need to leave in 15 minutes, so I'm just going to ask two more questions. What would you say, or how has the political climate in the U.S. affected people's health or happiness in the Somali community?
The political life of this in United States, recently now, this after last election is not good really, and our president is, I think, his strategy, I think, is non-friendship to the Somali one. To the you see what he is doing, or what his executive order, or everything is not good. Absolutely approach. He is different from our previous president, really. But usually the Somali, they don't care. They do their job.
Okay. Well, is it like the Affordable Care Act? How has that worked in the community? I think you were a MNsure navigator.
Yeah, this Obamacare we call is the best thing the president of Obama he did for community, for American people, absolutely, for health. And I expected the next president to do universal health, non-cut the previous one. Therefore, I think why he think to spell the Obamacare and do other thing. I think this is the first time United States president go back and destroy what they did the other president previous him. And this is the first time I see, absolutely, almost my 22 years in the United States. But I hope this only he will be 4 years, and we see after 4 years will come out again.
All right, my last question. What do you think the community will be like in 20 years from now?
If now we don't start prevent obesity, blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, death, will be very, very bad persons. Therefore, I am put all my effort to prevent this chronic, preventable disease. Otherwise, after 20 years, we get a lot of people who are obese and they're non-healthy, and they not can do life very well, absolutely. Therefore, the Somali community must wake up now and prevent this chronic disease. And these chronic diseases are preventable diseases. Therefore, we put all our effort to educate community to go right direction about their health, then wrong direction.
Anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
No, I think we talk everything. Yeah, I hope you understand my English.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Okay.